Well, hey folks, Species7 here, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me here today as we jump back in. Oh, that was a happy bit of music. To Car Dealer Simulator. Indeed. We've got... Hey, that's a good trick with that screwdriver. I guess if I want to sell that car, yeah, we should probably open the office. There we go. Alright, let's get back to work. We'll just keep our eyes open, see if anybody comes around that might be looking for anything in particular. Not so far. Are these out of... There's not near as much on this car. That's what we've been running into to this point. And according to Old Man 102, a link in the description down below, if I press X, it'll highlight anything that needs done. Very cool. There we go. A little bit around the tail lights. Good. Oh, apparently I must have brushed the bumper. I know I accidentally did that bit. Yeah, now we're puttying over mistakes. The heck is that? Oh, we got a customer. Oh, we didn't mean to do that. I meant to stand up. And let's go out the other side where the actual customer... But I know, I'm a-coming. Woo! Ooh. Okay. So, yeah. You're gonna accept it at 43? You got yourself a car, friend. Ciao.
Sounds reasonable. Let's do
this. Huh? First the car disappears, then he disappears after muttering something. I'm not quite sure what. Oh, we need our spatch back. Where the heck was I here? There we go. And let's continue to putty on up. Autosave. I was wondering what that little glitch in the matrix was all about. Alrighty then. And pop you down, pick you up. Looks like this is pretty much all a crouch control thing here, so... Good. Fix that a little bit. And all of this. Give all that putty a nice cleaning. Whoops. Controls are a little bit sensitive. I'm not sure if there's an adjustment or not. It's not a big deal for everything except this. It's the only time I can actually say it kind of sticks out and makes itself noticed. Let's get the rest of this. Okay. Let's get her painted. Yep. Close. Oh, the store's still open. I mean, the shop is still open. That's why people keep showing up. There we go. I wonder why. What are they all coming to look at? Uh-huh. What indeed? Jeez, I'm all over the place here. That apparently is it. Well, at least so far as that. And so far all we can do is this thing, so. Oh, I guess we can't start on the bottom. Seems to have a way of doing things. I did not know that. I don't think it's usually going to rot out right in the middle. It's probably fine, actually. Didn't sound particularly loud. As this is currently all we can do in the way of repairs. Okay. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Alright, so I guess there's not really much we can do. We need to take some pictures. Good enough. Alright, let's put her up for sale. What are we doing? $5,400, eh? Well, I know the upgrades are stupidly expensive, so we can give up on that for the moment. $45, eh? $45.63. Let's go 46. And I guess, oops, that's not what I wanted. That's upgrades. Sorry, cars. What do we got? Another striker. Oof, look at that thing. That's a beast. We don't have the money for these. Well, I mean, some we do, obviously. That's an 87. That's an 86. That's a 91. Got a lot of miles, though. A lot of miles, a lot of miles. That's not bad, but it's a little out of our league. As is the van, all of that, that. Geez, they're just getting 86 with 74,000. That's not bad. It's a lot of money. Ooh, look at this thing. Ooh, 246,000. That is a pile of miles. Ooh, fancy. 4650, eh? I wouldn't mind working on something a little different. I'll bet that goes for good money when it's ready. 92. Oh, look at this. Very few miles. Fairly new car. Here's an 82. I like this one. I think we're going to schedule this one up. Okay. No. I'm just curious, because frankly I think our truck is kind of disgusting. We can at least look respectable, even if, you know, we may not quite have that sort of a reputation yet. So I guess they're cleaning out my neighbor's place. So I guess he's not going to be coming back. I was a little concerned about that, for those of you that aren't aware from some of my other blathering. Many months ago, my neighbor sort of disappeared. Went out on his bike one day, and then I didn't see him for months. And then he finally showed up with his dad, and it turns out he'd been in an accident on his bike and had been in hospital in Vancouver for darn near 3 months with severe head injuries. And they were getting ready to move him back in. He even went and bought some brand new linen and stuff. And yeah. And then the locksmith screwed up putting their new lock in, and their key wouldn't work. So they went back into town, back to their hotel. To wait for the locksmith to turn up, and that's the last I ever saw of them. Now they've got somebody there. It's basically a dump run crew. I think they've already had somebody in and cleaned out most of the stuff. Yeah. So I think he must have suffered a bit of a relapse. Probably trying to get too much done when they were here, you know? At least we're not getting anybody coming to look at our car. It's a nice car. Alright. Well, I have a feeling that, yeah, nobody's going to be coming today. So, alright. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to leave that as is for the moment. Oh crap, right, I keep forgetting. I can't do that. Now at some point I'm going to take this in and scrape the rust off it as well and repaint it, but for now I've got a good start. Come on, man. I will GTA you. Ah. I've got all day to wait. I'm a busy man. I've got a business to run. She's not bad. She's a little bit rusty. 37.50. 37. 37.16. Accept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Woohoo, yeah. Not a lot of room to work here. There we go. At least it's a different kind of car, right? Stop creeping forward, man. Look at that front wheel. Traffic is so slow. Well, I guess there is a speed limit. I mean, they're not following it. They're 5K, 10K over. But, or miles per hour. I don't know. What are we looking at? Kilometers? No, that's miles per hour. No. Yep. The red is kilometers. Haha. I'm going to take the stop signs as a suggestion. And there we go. Trying to attach a vehicle. Dude. There's our 2 freebies. Okay. Now, let's get this guy up for sale. Make some of our money back, hopefully. There we go. Alright, let's get to work. hope we sell that other truck. Need to really start making some money so we can upgrade the shop, but boy, it comes really slow. Maybe I'm just not doing this the way I should be or something, but... You know, I mean, we're making money off every car we buy and sell. We're definitely making money. And there is certainly a limit as to how much you can make. You know, I find that the buyers and sellers are not very flexible. You know, a little bit. Not as much as the other one we're playing, the used cars simulator. You can get those people down a few bucks anyway, you know? Okay, what am I missing here? I don't know. Okay, pretty much. Oh, there's customer waiting. Hello. Excuse me. Hey, dude. Yeah, I know. What do you want? 4,600. 37.58? No. Sorry. Bite me. You offer me $500, $600, $700 less than what I'm asking. You can go home. So sad. Too bad. I mean, we need money, but I'm not going to be giving things away for what I paid for them after having to work on them. I'm coming. Yeah, I see ya. Don't have a bird, dude. Okay. No, it's in the spot. Just trying to figure out why it doesn't seem to be, oop. Showing me that I have X now, you know, that I'm finished the foam, I'm finished the water, whatever, right? Because at this point, if I was to give a kind of a quick assessment of this compared to Cars Simulator, or Used Cars Simulator, I kind of like the way they do things a little better. Yeah, I'm just not convinced. Seems to think we're good to go here, so I guess we're good to go here. Oh God, look at that. No. Never mind. That will not do. If I did as bad with the foam as I did with the rinse, it's no wonder it wasn't giving me the "you're done" bit. A long way from it. All right. Oh, the office is still open. Dang it. Go away. Go away now. All right. Let's get down to some scrubbing. Jeez, it's so sensitive. Only when you're doing this, though. Still more foam. My God. So we're sitting at 6 grand, eh? Am I miss any there? Well, it sure does highlight it, doesn't it? Okay. Didn't seem like it wanted to get that part at first. Glad we finally convinced it. Yeah, we got to get some upgrades on this. This just gets a bit grindy after a while. Do the same thing: wash it, scrape it, rust it, and paint. So wash and scrape and rust and paint. Yeah, you know. And although it is true that most vehicles are going to end up rusting out in the same spots, that doesn't make it any less tedious. Just because it's real. parts of this car are really hard to get at. Come on. This side's about as awkward as the other side was. Okay. Let's stand up here. I don't think there was anything else. Let's give it a quick eggs. Because I haven't got... Oh, I did forget a whole section. Look at that. I was going to say I didn't get any indicator I was done. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. And now sand it all down. So I'd imagine from the way this system works, if you wanted to, not that you'd want to, because boy, that would be a lot of work, but you could basically putty the entire car, couldn't you? Because it doesn't really limit you to where the sand or the rust spots are when you first start, and anything you actually take on when you first start, you get to do the other stages too. So yeah, I think if when you did your first scrubbing with the steel wool or sandpaper or whatever it is they think they're using, if you did the whole car, you could putty the entire car. Talk about a smooth finish. I mean, you know, wow. That might be a spot I actually missed there the last time, but it said I was done. Alright, I think now we just got the same thing we did on the other one. Here we go. And there we go. Let's get her painted. My God, there's more foam underneath there. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't giving me a wash or a foam reading when I was doing it. No idea. I think it has something to do with stopping for that first customer. I wonder if we'll end up at some point getting an actual paint booth so we don't have to rattle can all our paint jobs. just... I can't help but feel like we missed something. Yeah, I know. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Darn near swallowed my tongue. I know we've already done this, but like I said, it doesn't actually appear that we have, because it didn't, you know, like I said, it didn't say, okay, that's enough water or enough foam. Like, usually it'll come on and you'll get that, it'll finish the little bitty pieces, right? And that signifies you're done. It never did that. So either I missed something fairly large, or there's something a bit glitchy going on. Either way, if we don't get the value for a clean car, we're going to end up losing money. Whereas, other than time, this sort of thing seems to be free. So usually things like those little cracks and stuff, that's what it fills in when it thinks you've done your, 98.9% of the job, or whatever it's set to. And it didn't do that. Yeah, see, it's just not completing the job. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to. It also seems like no matter what I do, there's more of it shows up. Look at this. Alright, I'm pretty sure that that's... But it doesn't seem to register anything. Weird. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe that was a waste. Maybe it was good. I don't know. Like I said, up till this point, every single car that I washed, it would let me know that each stage was done. This one is not. Again, could be a game glitch. I don't know. But it didn't do it the first time, and it didn't do it on the retry, so... Surprised we didn't blow the paint off. Cheap little rattle can paint job like that. Yeah, you hit her with a pressure washer and see what happens. I dare you. Don't think you'd be terribly happy with the results. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Look at this. Yeah, it never took this much to do this job. I mean, it's still just... Oh. And yeah, it's just not going to give me a completion. Ah, I give up. Alright. Let's go. Let's put a car up. Your ads. Add new advertisement. The Vanguard. Add these images. 4373 4400. Okay. Post. Mm. 18.5. It's a nice car, but a lot of miles for a 95, eh? Ton of miles. So this is pretty decent. I mean, I hate to do another striker, to be honest with you, but a 92 with 38k? Yeah, that's not bad at all. There's only 1 day left. 180, 140, and 86. That's another Vanguard, but for 44.50. I like this 92. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go for that guy. And I'm stuck. I was stuck. And whereabouts is it? 520 meters that way. You know what? We can probably... Oh, there's probably a fence that way. We can probably zip over there right now. Zoom. And grab it. Hey, buddy, can you give me a lift? No? Okay. Because we know for such a low mileage rig, it's likely going to be a nice thing to drive. So. Let's get there. Geez, who knew 100 or 100 something kilometers, half a kilometer, that's what I meant to say, but 100, half, they're almost identical, come on. Half a kilometer would take so long to get to. Hey there. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not even, oh, Jesse, well, that's still, yeah, okay. 42.50. Tell you what, my man, how about we do 42 even? Because I'm a nice guy. He's going to tell me to stick it. Yeah. 42.17. Yeah, shut up.
Okay, okay. Good, good, good.
Alright. Alright, let's head on home. So, Apex Motors, yeah, let's go here. Where are we anyway? Oh, there, okay. So, basically just hang a right and head home. Oh my god, it doesn't steer very well. What the heck? Okay. Now, I think we're just over that way, aren't we? Maybe? Big skid. Yeah, the thing understeer is like a just nasty. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, see? Apex Motors Striker applied foam. That wouldn't come up for that other car. See? It immediately starts filling the bar. Which means once I get to a certain point, it'll count it as finished. Doesn't seem to stick to the glass very well on the mirror anyway. Sticks to the windows fine. This is a pretty nice little model, actually. A little bit different than the others, I guess because it's a 90s model, not an 80s. Yeah, see, this thinks we're almost done. There, and it auto-finishes it. Yeah, I don't know. There was something weird with that last one, man. It would not do that for me. And then it should, yeah, rinse off with water. See? It knows what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't always want to do it. And this is nice. We're actually going to have 2 cars up for sale at the same time. Maybe while we're waiting for them to sell, we'll take the opportunity to do a little work to our truck. You know, you got to kind of keep your company gear in good shape if you're relying on it to keep your company in good shape, right? Right. There we go. See? Clean. Jeez, there's not much rust on her either, eh? Whoa. Alright. Yeah, this thing ain't exactly a scalpel. You do get a lot of over sand in certain parts, eh? Yeah, see, it won't actually go into where those other dots are. You'd need a much smaller block. You know, like a sanding stick or something, as opposed to an actual block. Would do the job. I've got several things in my house that would do it here in real life, but they don't equip us that way in the shop. Okay, that's it. See, even these guys finish before you're done if you want. So, you know. That really does help. Again, big shout out to Old Man 102. Good advice, buddy. I do appreciate it. Do indeed. What's the matter, Dixie? You getting impatient for your lunch, baby? Almost. Almost lunchtime. Poor kitty. I can see you're wasting away. Good she left. I can actually laugh outright. Yeah. I should be nice to her. I've had her on a bit of a diet for a while now, and in all honesty, it's actually working fairly well. She's pretty good about it. She does give me some pretty dirty looks sometimes when she walks away from her food dish thinking, I just can't help feeling it should have been a little more. You know, but yeah, she's pretty good. Coming along. They must really salt their roads here wherever this is, because boy oh boy, every single car, running boards, quarter panels, everything that is generally going to rust on a salted roads will. And we know this here from practical experience, which is why it amazes me so much that my little Toyota has absolutely not so much as a speck of rust. Because, yeah, they do salt the roads here in the winter. Harshly. I mean, to the point where it crunches underfoot when you try and go anywhere. You know, big chunks of it everywhere. But, well, I guess it does melt the ice down and keep people safer. Although if they just bloody slow down a bit in this town, that would probably be a lot safer than what they do. Yeah, the drivers in this town are horrible. I'm sure everybody says that about their town, but no. It's to the point where it's like, you know, the constantly biggest discussion on local social media and stuff is just, you know, to the blah 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 SUV that cut me off, and to the blah 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 that was doing 2-lane, you know, passed me on a no passing zone in a school park zone or whatever. Yeah, all the time. And then there's usually a page or so of comments about, yeah, Powell River drivers have gone downhill to the point where it's taking your life in your hands, leaving your house. So, I don't know if it's that bad. I usually manage all right. I almost never have to yell at people and insert middle finger here type of thing, you know? Yeah. Usually pretty good. But yeah, there is, I notice it when I'm out walking, you know, people doing far in excess of the normal speed limit in a park zone or a school zone, or, and no, it's not because it isn't during hours or any of that. No. They're just, you know, actually believe, you know, and we, that's the sad part. If you go completely from one end of where our highway will reach to the other, you've just spent 20 minutes. At you know, proper speed. That's all the road there is here. You know, we live in a very isolated community. You need to take a boat or an airplane to get here. So it's not like you can just hop on the road and, oh man, I got a 4-hour drive ahead of me. No, you don't. Not unless you're getting on a boat in between. Like 20 minutes worth of in between. So, but yeah, they're pretty bad. And a lot of vehicles do indeed end up with rust exactly where you see it on these ones. I've owned a few, believe me. That same thing. Quarter panels start to go, running boards are starting to rot through. Yeah. I had a Camaro like that. I actually cut the quarter panels off and replaced them. Completely gutted the running boards that were rusty and puttied them up and fixed them. Okay. And the sad part is, about a week after I finished getting the new quarter panels on and painting them all up and getting it all to match, I was down visiting some friends on the lower end of the island, and I was parked outside a surplus shop, military surplus. I was in there with a buddy. We were looking at some cool things. And because they had surplus from all over the world, so it wasn't like we were just looking at Canadian surplus, although we got some neat stuff too. But anyway, I was there for all of, I don't know, 3 minutes, and somebody walks in and goes, "Who wants that metallic brown Camaro outside?" Like that. Be me? Oh, geez, man, I was parallel parking and I accidentally scraped along the rear quarter panel. I'm like, what? Damn, dude. Do you know how much time and effort I just put into brand new quarter panels? As it wasn't a terrible scrape by any means. Like, it was pretty minimal. And, yeah, I did manage to get her back into shape. Alright, there we go. Aren't you purty? I suppose we'll have a look. I can't imagine that the thing's burnt out by now. Or broken or holed, but we're going to check, aren't we? Just because it's the only thing we can check. Well, nothing on the obvious parts. How about on the bottom? Connector, apparently that's a place that goes fairly often. You don't have to cover every inch. It shows up if there's something going on. Alright. The other side. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, tablet. Camera. I assume it has a flash. It does. Alright, did we get all the points? We did. Alright. So now, let's go put her up on the advertisement, and come tomorrow, we'll have a couple of cars for sale. It's not a great flash. 52% drivable visual condition. Excellent. 197. Woohoo. Let's go 5250. Boom. Alright. Well, there you are. We got a good 9, almost 10 grand worth of stock sitting out on there now. Boom. It's also 4:58 a.m. Wow, we worked all night. I am going to call the episode there. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to hit that like button. Till next time, though, take good care of each other, folks. And ciao for now. Oh, we have an email. Isn't that exciting? Bye-bye.